Welcome to The Excellent Way, a podcast where we have conversations about reframing the way you train, the way you eat, the way you sleep, and the way you think so that you can build the health you've always wanted so that you can live excellent. What is up, you beautiful humans? Welcome back to The Excellent Way. And today I'm in front of the whiteboard, a CrossFit staple in many gyms. Now, some gyms have moved to TVs and apps and things like that, but a lot of gyms still use a whiteboard, and I love a whiteboard because I get a chance to teach you guys about the thing that I love, which is, of course, CrossFit. And so for today's episode of The Excellent Way, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to talk you through the top 5 questions that get asked about CrossFit by folks who are new to CrossFit. Now, what I did is I asked Grok, I asked Google, I asked ChatGPT, hey, what are the top 5 questions? And these were the 5 that were the most often cited. And so we're going to just jump right into this. So if you are somebody new to CrossFit, this will answer some of the questions. If you have friends who are curious about CrossFit, send them this video. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but informative enough so that it's easy for folks to understand these big questions, okay? So the number one question from all of the places that I looked is, what is CrossFit anyway? So for those of you guys that are new to CrossFit, or maybe you've been in CrossFit a while and you've never heard this, or it's been a while since you've heard this, the official definition from CrossFit when you go take your level 1 certificate course is constantly varied functional movement performed at relatively high intensities. Well, what does all that mean? Well, constantly varied means that you're going to show up and you're going to do a new workout every single day. Now, there are workouts in CrossFit that we call benchmarks. It's how we measure progress. Are we getting fitter? Are we getting better? But for the most part, you're going to do a new workout pretty much every single day. Now, does it mean it's random? No. It means it's varied, which means we're going to take a bank of movements and a bank of energy demands and things like that and say, hey, we're going to train these in planned variants so that we can get better in a lot of different areas, okay? That variance is going to make you really strong. It's going to give you good endurance. It's going to make you powerful. It's going to make your body function much more efficiently. And we do that by leveraging what we call functional movements. And to spare you all the nerdy details of it, essentially what it is we say, hey, functional movements are movements that are replicable in real life, means that you do them in real life in some form or fashion, or they're adjacent to those movements. Now, almost everything we train in CrossFit fits in that category. Now, there's a few things that have showed up in things like the CrossFit Games that maybe don't fit that mold. But true to life CrossFit tries to mimic real world patterns, movement patterns, as often as possible. Okay? And then we're going to do that at relatively high intensities. Now, here's the thing. CrossFit has a reputation for being max intensity all the time. And that is not the case, okay? High intensity is not max intensity, okay? To train efficiently, it means that you need to train with intensity enough to cause change, but not so much that you burn out. And sometimes you have to be, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10. Most of the days, we want you to train somewhere maybe around a 7 or an 8. If you're at a 9, maybe we're testing a workout. A 10 is like maybe you're at a competition or maybe you're running away from a bear, okay? But most of the time in CrossFit, we're going to ask you to train at a 7 or an 8. Some days we're going to dial it back. We're going to vary that intensity. We're going to come down. Maybe you're at a 5 or a 6. It just depends on the workout. And if you vary that well, you won't experience what people talk about as burnout or whatever like that. So we're going to combine those things, variance, functional movement, and varied intensities so that we can help you become fitter across all kinds of aspects of fitness, okay? So I know that's a big, fancy explanation, but what it boils down to is CrossFit is always different, constantly challenging, and fun because it's in a group of people who have also decided that, hey, I want to do something challenging and I want to do it in a group of people who are up for the challenge. That's the easiest way to talk about CrossFit. All right, so that's number one. Number two was, do I need to be in shape to do CrossFit or to start CrossFit? And the answer to that is no, you don't. That's why you come to CrossFit. You come to CrossFit to get into shape. Most of the people in our gyms are people who are literally fresh off the couch. Maybe they did some sports in high school, but it's been 10, 15, 20, even 30 years since they've been in high school. And so they're coming back to the gym to kind of figure out how to do this fitness thing. And they don't really want to go to a regular gym because they don't know what to do. And so if you're thinking about, man, I really need to go to a gym, the best place you could possibly start is a CrossFit gym. Why? Because at a CrossFit gym, you're going to have coaches who care and folks who've been on the same journey around you and are willing to and want to cheer you on and invest in you so that you can be successful in your journey. So if you're new to fitness and you feel like you're out of shape and you need to make that shift in your life to get fitter, to get more in shape, to get healthier, whatever that looks like, the best possible place to start is a CrossFit gym. Just because of that aspect. You're going to have a coach to guide you. You're going to walk you through everything. Hey, I can't do a pull-up yet. That's okay. We're going to do this, this, and this to build up the strength to get you there. Hey, I don't know if I can do that much. That's okay. We can do this much to get you there eventually, right? Doing CrossFit is a lot about allowing yourself to be coached and guided to the fitness level that you want to get to. And your coach is going to be there to do one of two things. They're either going to push you when you don't think you can, or pull you back when maybe you're doing a little too much. That's the beauty of CrossFit. So do you need to be fit to start? Absolutely not. Almost all of our folks that have started in our gyms are folks that have come off the couch and are like, hey man, I got to get healthier. How do I do this? I don't want to go to the other gym. It's weird and I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help? Yes. Okay. So that's number two. Number three, is CrossFit safe? Now, we all know that the internet is fraught with people and their own opinions, but here's what I can tell you. I have been in the fitness space for 20 plus years. I started down the CrossFit path in 2011 when I took my level 1 certificate course. Now, at that point, I had done a degree in sport and exercise science. I was certified through the American College of Sports Medicine. I had done time as with cardiac rehab and cancer rehab and helping people do like extreme weight loss stuff, people who needed to lose 150, 200 pounds. I'd done a lot of stuff in the realm of education and certification in fitness. When I went and took my level 1 certificate course, one of the things that they harped on constantly was a charter that we phrase in the CrossFit world: mechanics, consistency, intensity. Mechanics, meaning I want you to have good form on everything that I teach you, okay? And I want you to consistently show me good form. And when you consistently show me good form, now I'm going to turn up the dial on intensity. Well, what does intensity look like? It might mean I come over to you and say, hey, I like what you're doing. I want you to do that faster. Or maybe it's, hey, you're lifting that weight really well. Let's try an extra 5 or 10 pounds. Okay. But in the world of CrossFit, a good coach is going to follow that charter. Mechanics, really good form on all of your lifts and all of your movements. And then we're going to make sure that you're doing that consistently so that you understand, hey, this is what a squat should look like. This is what a push-up should look like. This is what a deadlift should look like. And I want you to do that consistently. And now, once you're doing that consistently, I want you to turn up the intensity, go a little faster, push a little harder, add a little bit more weight. If you're doing that under the watchful eye of a coach that cares, which is most of the CrossFit coaches, you're going to be perfectly safe. In fact, it's one of the safest places you can be. All of the data that's been gathered on the safety of CrossFit versus long distance runners versus people who go to the gym regularly and lift weights versus pickleball players versus all of that. CrossFit actually has one of the lowest injury rates per 1,000 hours trained out of all training methodologies. So going to a CrossFit gym is actually one of the safest places you can start your fitness journey. Okay. Number 4, why is CrossFit so quote unquote expensive? I get this question a lot because there's folks that are so used to the $10 or $20 a month gym that when they come to a CrossFit gym that's maybe $150 a month or more, that seems like sticker shock. Here's the thing. What I just talked about, you're going to be stepping into a class environment with a coach who takes their profession seriously, who wants to see you move well, who wants to see you succeed, has a plan for the class, and is going to guide you through the workout. Is it personal training? No. But is it small group training, or even like maybe slightly medium or large group training, where a coach or a couple of coaches is guiding the class through the workout to make sure everybody stays safe? Yes. Okay. So you're not just going to the gym to do your own thing. You're going to go to a gym where you're going to get coached. And at any good CrossFit gym, you're going to get coached really well. You add to that, you're also supporting a small business as opposed to a large corporation. So you're supporting a small business owner that's going to invest back into your communities and do a lot to help you along your journey. So is it expensive when compared to like a $10 a month gym membership? Yeah, of course it is. Is it expensive in relationship to what you get out of it? Absolutely not. You're getting a lot of value for the investment that you're making. And when you join a CrossFit gym, that's the way to look at it, is you're making an investment in your long-term health. The healthier you get now, the less problems that you're going to have down the road when it comes to your actual physical health, which means you're going to be on less medications. You're going to have less doctor's visits for aches and pains and weird joint things and things like that. Long term, you're going to end up spending less money on medical bills because you invested a little bit of money in your personal health by being guided and coached through your workouts and through your fitness. Okay. So is it expensive relative to, just a show up, go to the Globo gym thing? Yeah. But it's definitely not expensive from the perspective of the return on investment that you get long-term for your health, and not just your physical health, your mental and social health as well. Coming into a CrossFit gym, you get to be around people who are on the same journey or a similar journey as you. They want something that's going to challenge them so that they can become better. And so it's beyond that health aspect and goes all the way into all kinds of mental health and spiritual health and social health as well. You get a lot out of it. Okay. And then number 5, and this one's mostly asked by women, but will CrossFit make me bulky? And the answer to that question is no, it's not going to. Are you going to add some lean muscle to your body? Yes. Are we going to change your body composition? It means we're going to add some muscle and reduce your body fat. Yes, but that's what you want. Muscle is long-term health, and if we can lower your body fat percentage, it's even better, especially if we can get rid of the fat that lives around your organs. That's just going to make you healthier long-term. This idea of getting bulky from working out comes from the bodybuilding world. We see those bodybuilders who their profession is to make themselves as big as possible. And they do a lot to do that. And getting bulky in the way that most people think about bulky, to do that is extremely difficult. It takes a lot of very intentional training, very intentional nutrition and supplement plans. And for a lot of those bodybuilders, they're also using, some extra pharmaceutical help as well. Okay. So is it going to make you bulky? No, it's not. Is it going to add muscle to your body? Yes, it is. It's going to make you stronger. And as you add some lean muscle to your body, is it going to look different than maybe what you're used to? Or maybe is it going to look different than the airbrushed and now digitally altered models that you see in the magazine? Yes. But here's where I want you to come at this, is joining a CrossFit gym or any gym should be mostly about your health. And if you're training in a way that's intentional to improve your health, your body is going to change. And so one of the things that you get to learn along your journey is, I want to train for my health. I want to get stronger. I want to feel better. I want to have more energy. I want to feel like I can move better through my day and play with my kids better and perform better at my job or at home or whatever that looks like. As you train, I want you to allow your body to do what it's going to do to be its healthiest self. That might look a little different than what you have, the image that you have in your head, and it's definitely going to look different than the AI-generated, photoshopped models that you see in most magazines and even in some videos now. So you have to be careful with that stuff. So to be blunt, is it going to make you bulky? No, it's not. To do that takes a lot of intentional work. Will it add muscle to your frame? Yes. Will that at times, at certain angles, with certain lighting in the mirror, make you think you look bulky? Maybe. But that's an opportunity to say, hey, that bulkiness that I feel like I'm seeing, that means I've added some muscle, which means I'm healthier. That means that I get to play with my kids for longer. That means a lot of good things in your life are happening. So, what do you think? I got 5 questions here. Those were the questions that Google and Grok and ChatGPT all said were the questions most asked. But what's your question about CrossFit? What do you think when you think, okay, I think I want to join CrossFit, but I have this question? What is that question for you? Leave them in the comments below, and I'll do another video later about the questions that you have about CrossFit. That's it, guys. Short episode today, but hopefully this answers some questions for you. And maybe you've been in CrossFit for a long time, and you already kind of knew the answer to these questions. But there's somebody in your life that has one of these questions. And that person is the person you should send this video to. Okay? That person that just popped in your head, ooh, this person needs to see that. Go ahead and send this over to them. And hopefully it will inspire them to come with you to class so that we can see you in the box. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Excellent Way. If you or a loved one need help building your excellent life, reach out to us at www.crossfitelm.com.